Hi there guys, welcome back to another CBR600 revival video. So this time I'm going to be essentially hot wiring the bike. As you saw in the previous video, the starter relay is broken and it looks like the ignition switch is also not working. The new starter relay is on order. The ignition switch is going to be a bit of a challenge to remove, unfortunately, because it's got security shear bolts. So I'm quite anxious just to see if I can start the bike, so I'm happy to bypass that just for the time being, just to see if I can get it running. Let's go. Okay guys, so step one in this wiring bodge, which we call it. So what I've done here, I've put a jump lead going from the positive cable onto the battery, onto the ignition port within this harness connected to the starter relay. I've also put a fuse in line, so this would mimic what would have been done within the starter relay. Okay, so right now battery's connected and this is connected as well, so there should be 12 volts all the way through the ignition system now up to the switch. So if this switch was working, upon turning the switch I should have ignition lights, but as you can see there's still nothing. And as per the previous video, I checked the continuity on the line, so the issue is in the ignition switch. Okay. Okay, just to give you an overview of what I'm doing here. So I've just drawn on my whiteboard here a quick schematic. So I've got the battery here, and this is the main line. Oops, that better, it'll work now. That's the main line to the starter motor. So this bridge here is what essentially I'll be doing manually. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And here's the jump lead I've installed. Okay, so essentially this yellow dotted line is what would have been done within the starter relay. I've also got the ignition switch here. So what I'm going to do now as our next bodge is quite simply just put another switch there to bypass this one, which doesn't seem to be functioning even when it's supposed to be closed. Okay. Okay. So to bypass the ignition switch, I've just installed my own toggle switch here, which will bridge the two lines, the red on the wiring loom, the red and the red and black, which would have been bridged by the ignition switch. So just to test that this is working, so it's hooked to the battery. I've got my jump across for the mimicking the relay, and so when I flick this switch I should get ignition lights. As you can see, now seems to be working. So next step would be to prepare the fuel system and get some fuel ready for here, and then we can try and start it. Yippee! Okay guys, moment of glory. So I've got fuel in my dummy fuel tank. I'll turn the ignition on now. I've got about half choke, and I will bridge the starter motor ports now. I've got a fire extinguisher there just in case. Well, that was short-lived. Try that again. rev though. So I might be taking the carbs off at this rate. Okay guys, another update. My dummy tank was too dummy and it started leaking, so I decided to fit my tank from my other motorcycle. I let it run for a bit, so I'll start up again. Let's have a listen. Helps if the kill switch is on.